Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the 1969 National League Pennant Chase, inside pitch style. We are now at September the 27th, and we're coming to you from Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, game between the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates. If we look at the real game, the Pirates won this real game 4-1. Before I get going, somebody had asked earlier in one of the comments where I get the score sheets from. If you notice right here on the copyright, this is Ron Bernier, Baseball Sim Research. If you just Google Baseball Sim Research, it'll come up. It might come up as Rombo Baseball, R-O-N-B-O. Anything like that, they will have that site, and you go in there, go to the year you want, and they've got these lineups pre-filled for you to download, print, whatever you want to do with those. So that's where they came from, or that's where the score sheet, that's where I get this from, is from Baseball Sim Research, Rombo Baseball, all the above there fit into that category. All right, now one of the challenges in doing this replay is if we don't have the same teams and the same pennant race they had in real life, well, the lineups are going to be kind of skewed. Obviously, at this point of the season, the Cubs, I assume, felt like they had this thing wrapped up because they're playing a lot of backups. In other words, on the bench for the Cubs, they're not starting this game. You have Ron Santo, Ernie Banks, Randy Hundley, Glenn Beckert, and Billy Williams. That's basically most of their starting lineup is out of this game. Now, they are available to pinch hit and come in for replacements and whatnot, but that's just one of the dangers when you get to this part of the season. If a team wasn't really in contention, they could be playing their scrubs, so to speak. So let's look at the lineup for the Cubs. It'll be Kessinger at short, Popovich at third, Jimmy Hall in left, Willie Smith at first, Al Spangler in right, Oscar Gamble in center, Ken Rudolph catching, Nate Oliver at second, and Ken Holtzman on the mound. For the Pirates, pretty much most of their starters, although Willie Stargell is not starting maybe because Holtzman's a lefty, they want to give him a day off, I don't know. But we have Alou in center, Cash at second, Clemente in right, Pagan at third, Sanguin catching, Al Oliver at first. Johnny Jeter, a right-handed hitter, is taking over for Stargell in left field. Freddie Patek at short, and Steve Blass on the mound. All right, so I think all those prelims are out of the way. And just as a reminder before we start, this is where we're starting today. Today, we are starting on the 27th. So the Cubs and Mets both have 4 games left. Cubs lead the Mets by 2 games. The Mets are going to be playing the Phillies in the ticker game after this. And then, of course, in the NL West, you've got San Francisco, the 1-game lead over LA and a 2.5-game lead over Cincinnati. So it is getting tight in the pennant race. All right, I think we are ready to go. Steve Blass finishing up those warm-up tosses. And Don Kessinger stepping into the box. And I think everything fits in here. Let me double check the view from the top here and make sure everything's showing up the way it should. I think it is. A little bit of shading in the dice tray. Can't really help that, but it's because of the way the lamp is sitting in this room. So we'll see how it goes. But most of the time the dice, when they roll, will come out here, so there shouldn't be a problem. All right, so Steve Blass, ready to go here, facing the Cubs and Kessinger. Pirates are not in the pennant race, but they certainly can be spoilers. And right now, the Mets are their biggest rooting section. They need the Pirates to knock off the Cubs so the Mets can climb back in this race. Steve Blass to Kessinger, 3-6, possible error on a throw on the very first play. Kessinger 4-2, and that's a 1. That's a bad sign. 4-2, though, it's a ground ball to short. Patek's a 13 error rating, so that is an error on a throw, so it could be a 2-base error. We checked the first baseman, Al Oliver. His range is a 2, and he does block it. So Al Oliver was able to block that, hold it to a 1-base error. So E6 on Patek. Kessinger is a 2, -1 from Blass, gives him a jump of 1. It's a 19, but I don't think Popovich is, well, actually he is an 8 bunter, but he's also a 284 hitter, so you know what? Actually, he is going to bunt. He's a 5 bunter, he's going to bunt. Blass with the pitch, 3-1, chance for a walk. and it's out of range on the walk, so now he will bunt. He's a 5 bunter, becomes a 4 bunter, and that's a 1. 4 bunter and a 1 should obviously be a good play, and it is. Blue die, the red die is a 2, which means it went back to the pitcher. So Steve Blass feels the sacrifice, and he will throw over to Cash covering at second, or covering first base, second baseman. And Kessinger moves up to second, so a perfectly executed sacrifice bunt. With 1 out, that brings up Jimmy Hall. Nothing on the strategy roll. Blast to Hall. 2-5 is a blank. We go to Hall's card. Late trade from the Yankees. 3-5. He's going to pop it up to second. Out number 2. And now it's all up to Willie Smith. And this would normally be Billy Williams' spot in the order, but it's going to be Billy Smith, or Willie Smith. Strat roll. Nothing happening. Blass, 1-6. That's a straight up home run check. He's a 17. That's gone. How about that? Willie Smith, a 2-run homer off of Steve Blass. These runs are unearned because of the error on Patek to start the game. That is a 2-run homer for Willie Smith. How about that? He had 9 home runs and 195 at bats. And how do you like that? A 2-run homer. Talk about the Cubs lineup, and they hit a 2-run homer here in the first inning. Unbelievable. Blass doesn't know what to do. Here's Spangler, 4-1. That's a ball. Try again. 2-4. He is a lefty, so that's a potential walk. That's a 17, though, so too much. Not going to walk. Spangler, 3-6. He will ground it to third, and Pagan fires over to Oliver to end the inning, but the Cubs get 2 in the first on that 2-run homer, courtesy of Willie Smith. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Cubs 2, Pirates coming to bat. And the left-hander, Ken Holtzman, finishing up those warm-up tosses. He was 17-13 with a 3.59 ERA on the replay, and he's been given a 2-0 lead to protect. And leading off for the Pirates will be center fielder Matty Alou. Lefty on lefty, 4-4. Strikeout chance, 18's too much. We go to Alou. 3-3, it's a fly to right. 1 down. Brings up Dave Cash. 1-4, strikeout chance, 11's too much. Go to Cash, 5-6. He's going to single. Single past the shortstop. Cash does have an attempt of 2. And nothing's happening. So with Cash aboard, that brings up Clemente. 5-5, strikeout chance, 7 is going to get him. So Clemente is out of there, 2 down. That'll bring up Jose Pagan. Nothing on the strategy roll. Holtzman, 1-5, hit by the pitch. 2 minus 2 is a 0, so no hit by pitch. Pagan, 3-6. It's star 6. That's a fly to right. Innings over. So at the end of 1, it is the Cubs 2 and the Pirates nothing. As the Mets looking a little dejected, thinking they had this, a game in hand against the Cubs, figuring the Cubs playing their B team was going to easily be destroyed by the Pirates. But so far, Cubs have turned the table. Here's Oscar Gamble against Blass. 6-6, we're going to Forbes Field. 6-4, that's a star 5, and that will be a fly to left. 1 down for backup catcher Ken Rudolph. 5-2, and that's a strikeout chance, and he is out of there. 2 down. Rudolph gone. That brings up Nate Oliver, the second baseman. 6-4, strikeout chance. He is out of there. Innings over. Quick inning that time for Blass. We go to the bottom of the second. Still 2-0 favor of the Cubbies. 2-0 in favor of the Cubbies, and that'll bring up for the Pirates Manny Sanguillen. Sanguillen to start things off. Against Holtzman, 1-5, hit by the pitch again, but again, Holtzman, that number's too high for that. So here's Sanguillen, 1-3. He's going to single right past Ken Holtzman, leadoff single for Sanguillen. He's a 2 for his attempt. 19, I don't think they're going to have Al Oliver bunt. No, they're going to have Al Oliver swing away. 1-3, possible error on a ground ball. Oliver 3-4. That's a fly to left, so no worries there of an error. One away, and that takes us to Johnny Jeter. He is the replacement for Wilbur Stargell in this game. Jeter did hit 310 in 29 at-bats, so, and he's got some pop. Obviously, 1 home run in 29 at-bats gives him a 16. He's got a straight-up triple here and straight-up triple there, so he's dangerous. A couple of doubles right out the bat, so good guy to have to substitute for Stargell. If you got a substitute for him, he's a good guy to have. 3-2 is a walk plus, and he will draw the base on balls. That'll put runners at first and second with 1 out for Freddie Patek. And now Holtzman has to bear down. Nothing on the strategy. Infield halfway. 4-4, and that's a strikeout chance. He strikes out at an 11 against a lefty, plus the 2 is a 13, so he is gone. 2 down, and now all Holtzman has to do is get past Steve Blass, but Blass is a 250 hitter, so it's not an automatic out by any means. Steve Blass, 5-1 strikeout chance, but he will strike out to end the inning. And so nothing doing for the Pirates. They get 2-1, but can't take advantage. We go to the third. Still 2-0 Cubs. And Holtzman, the batter. He throws left-handed, but he bats right-handed. 4-5, and a 4-5 is a possible error on a ground ball. Holtzman 3-4. He's actually going to pop it to short. So 1 down. Back to the top of the order for Kessinger. 2-2, that's a range play. Go to Kessinger, 1-2. Single pass first. Al Oliver has a range of 2. Can he get to that? He cannot. It's a base hit. Single. And of course, we don't check for a double because the result already from default was a single. Not a, if that had been a G3, then we would have checked for the extra base. But on S3, that's the best you can get. You can't improve that. All right, his attempt is a 2. -1 is a 1. 20, so chance of a balk or a pickoff. That's 17, so Kessinger gets back. Bring up Popovich. 2-6. Popovich switch hitter batting left is a walk plus, and so he will draw the base on balls. And now 2 on with only 1 out. And Jimmy Hall, the batter. Nothing on the strategy roll. Last 2-6. Another walk plus. So Blass, having control issues, has now loaded the bases with only 1 out for Willie Smith, who homered his first time up. Not a good sign here for Blass. 2-0's happening. 3-1, and that's another walk chance, but 17 is too much. Go to Willie Smith, 6-3, question mark 8. It goes up to a 17. That's a 16. That's a triple for Willie Smith, a bases loaded triple for Willie Smith. And he now has all 5 runs batted in. He's homered and tripled in his first 2 at-bats, taking the place of Billy Williams. And he may get more playing time if this keeps up. It is 5-0 Cubs. And the Mets just don't know what to think about it as they're listening to the game on the radio. And Steve Blass and Danny Murtaugh definitely don't know what's happening. 1 out, runner at third, infield will have to come in. Nothing on the strat. Spangler. 5-6 is a blank. Go to Spangler's card. 3-5. That's a star 5. That's a fly to left. Sacrifice fly rating is a 1. That fails. But the run rating of Willie Smith is a 3. And it's a fly to left, so the left fielder arm. Johnny Jeter's a -1, so that's a 2. 1-2, he scores. 6, he's out. 2, he scores. Sacrifice fly. Came in under the tag. So Willie Smith, using a little bit of speed, also scores. Spangler with the sac fly. It is now 6-0. And Blass not too much longer for this game. 1-1, strikeout chance. 7 got him. That's going to end the inning. 4 runs come across, and he probably maybe should have been tired with the 6 runs. I don't really go by that. I mean, if he's in the 3rd inning, he's not tired. I'm sorry. He can give up 20 runs, but he's not tired in the 3rd inning. I don't buy that. So I don't adhere to that. That's a ridiculous rule in my opinion. I mean, 6 runs, yeah, I'm going to take him out now, but I mean, to say he's tired in the 3rd inning is pretty ridiculous. That's like saying I'm not going to get tired in the 25th mile of a marathon. I mean, just, whatever. Or no, it's like saying I'm going to run a marathon in the first 20 yards. I'm going to be so exhausted I can't go anymore, which nowadays may be the case, but if I'm going to run a marathon, obviously I'm in better shape than that, but I digress. All right, Matty Alou steps to the plate against Ken Holtzman. Down 6-0, 5-6, and that's an automatic out with that star line. 3 is a ground ball to short. 1 away, and that brings up Dave Cash. 4-6 range play. We go to Cash's card. 1-3 is a single pass third. Range check of the third baseman. Popovich, he's a 3. And he cannot get to it. Is it? Well, it's already a single, so he can't stretch it to a double. All right, so Cash is aboard. Strategy rolls are off because of a 6-0 lead. So we're not doing any pickoffs or jumps or any of that stuff. Runners are running safe, going station to station on the bases. 6-5, Holtzman, 6-5. He's not tired, so there's no single there. Clemente, 1-6. Ground ball to first, could be a double play. He's a 2. They're halfway, makes him a 3. And the pivot is second base, which is Oliver. He's a 0. So 1-3, it's a double play. 5 is not going to be a double play, but it will be a fielder's choice. So it's going to be a 5-4 fielder's choice. Clemente is the new runner at first with 2 down for Jose Pagan. 6-4, right-hander, that's a blank. So we move on to Pagan. 2-5, ground ball to short, innings over. So after 3 complete, it is 6-0, and we need a new pitcher for the Pirates as Blass just wasn't his day, as they say. So let's see who's coming up for the Cubbies. It'll be Rudolph, Oliver, and Holtzman, so they will bring in a right-hander, I think. And the right-hander will be Ron Klein. Ron Klein is on. 1-6, 5.19 ERA, and 4 saves on the 69 season. So Ron Klein will be on. Blass only goes 3 innings. Gives up 6 runs, all earned. No, I'm sorry, 5 of them are earned. All right, Klein to Rudolph. 4-5, that's a strikeout chance. 14 got him. 1 down, Rudolph is out of there. Here's Nate Oliver. 6-6, strikeout chance, and he got him. So how about that? Ron Klein coming in, striking out both batters he faces. Can he strike out the side? 4-4, and he can hit by pitch. He can hit Holtzman, but that's not going to happen. So no strikeout on Holtzman. He will get the swing. 1-6, and it's a fly to left to end the inning. But it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ron Klein. And he'll pitch a second inning if his spot doesn't come up in the order, because he can face 6 batters. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, still 6-0 Cubs. And Sanguillen the batter. 1-3, possible error on a grounder. 6-2, that's a pop-up right to the pitcher Holtzman. 1 away. 1 down for Al Oliver. 1-1, possible error again. 3-4, that's a fly to left. The error in the left fielder is Hall. He's a 0. That's an 18, so obviously no error there. 2 down, and that brings up Johnny Jeter, left fielder. Did walk his first trip. 1-2, blank. We go to Jeter. 2-6, we get a base hit. So Johnny Jeter reached base twice. Again, no strat rolls. Here's Patek, 3-6, blank against a right-hander. Patek, 5-4, star 3, that's going to be a ground ball to short. Ends the inning. So we go to the top of the 5th. It's still 6-0 Cubs. And since Ron Klein did not come to bat, he will come out to pitch this next inning. He is set to lead off the bottom of the 5th, so this will be his final inning one way or the other. Don Kessinger to lead things off. against Klein. 5-3. Kessinger, switch hitter, is a left-handed hitter. Straight up home run chance. He's got a 3, but that's a 14. No home run, but Kessinger will swing. 6-6, and he's going to double to left field. Don Kessinger. Reach base all 3 times. First time on the air, then now he's singled and doubled. Again, no strategy roll. 6-3, walk plus. I'm sorry, Popovich is a switch hitter, so that's a blank. Won't be a walk plus. 3-4, that is a star 6, fly to right field. 1 away, and the base running rating of Kessinger is a 4, but Clemente is a -2. 1-2 to get to third base. And he does get to third base. So how about that? Kessinger took a chance and moved up. Infield is in. Here's Jimmy Hall. 6-4, double question mark. Left-handed hitter, 1-12 is a single. That's a 1. It's a base hit. And that will bring home another run. It's now 7-0 Cubs. Cubs lead it 7-0. And here's Willie Smith. He's homered and tripled. Klein, 4-3. Single if he's tired. Let's see. Nope. He can. Actually, he is tired. He is tired because he can face 6 batters. This is batter number 7. So he is tired and he will have to come out of the game. That is a single and he will have to leave the game. Jimmy Hall will stop at second. But the exhaustion rule kicks in when you hit a tired result, when you're past your fatigue number, and he was. This is batter number 7. He's a 6, so he is tired. He will have to come out, and they'll have to bring in somebody else to finish out the inning. And Willie Smith is now 3 for 3. He's a double away from the cycle, and I've never had a cycle in any game I've ever played. So that's probably the only, I'm thinking that's the only suspense for me anyway, in the way this game is going. The only suspense left is will he get the cycle or not? All right, do we have a double switch coming up? I think we do. We're going to have a double switch. Bob Robertson will take over at first base and bat 9th. Al Oliver will leave the game, and the new pitcher coming in for the Pirates is going to be Bruce Dow Canton. So Dow Canton will hit in the number 6 position. And Bob Robertson is the new first baseman. Let's get his ratings. And of course, leaving the game is Al Oliver. So Al Oliver is out. And Bob Robertson is in. Oliver out, Robinson in. And let's get him in his proper spot. He will be hitting in the number 9 position, which is going to lead off the next inning. All right, so Dow Canton will be coming on. Klein, of course, got tired and had to leave. So now runners at first and second, and Al Spangler, the batter. Still only 1 out. 5-6, that's a blank. We go to Spangler. 4-6, fly ball to left field. That's out number 2. Takes us to Oscar Gamble. Dow Canton to Gamble. 4-6, possible error on a throw. 5-4, ground ball to first. I didn't write down Robertson's ratings. He is a 3 and a 4. That's his rating, is a 3 and a 4. So his error rating's a 4. That's a 3, so it'll be an error on Bob Robertson because that was an error check on a ground ball to first on that 5-4 check. So Robertson comes right in, commits the error. Al Oliver would have also committed an error. Willie Stargell would have committed an error if I put him there. So when you get a 3 there, you're almost going to commit an error. Now the question is, can Dow Canton keep it from being a 2-base error? He's in range of 3. He cannot. Can Jimmy Hall take advantage and get the extra base? Jimmy Hall runs at a 4. This has to be a 3 or less. It is. So Jimmy Hall will score. He will come around and score. Now let's check the other runners. Willie Smith Willie Smith is a 3. He cannot. He has to hold, and that'll hold Gamble at first. So he goes to second base. But the run does score. The error is on Bob Robertson. Still 2 outs. 2 runs are in. It is 8-0 Cubs, and Kent Rudolph the batter. Dow Canton, 6-2 is a blank. We go to Rudolph. 5-5, and he's going to ground it to third to end the inning. But it is an 8-0 Cubs lead. 8-0 Cubs, as they are turning this into a laugher. And I guess Bob Robertson wasn't warmed up good enough. He had that throwing error at the top of the inning, coming in on a different defensive replacement. Holtzman, 6-1, range play at Forbes Field. 6-4, that is a star 5, fly to center. So the range of the center fielder, and the center fielder is Gamble. He's a 3. 1-3, Gamble will make the catch. He does not. Is it a double? It is not. Single for Bob Robertson. He's aboard for Matty Alou. 6-2, that's double question mark. He's a lefty. 1-7 is an automatic out. That's a 16, so it fails. Go to Alou. 4-3. Ground ball to short. Could be a double play. He's a 1. They're halfway, makes him a 2. The pivot at second is a 0. So it's a 1-2 for a double play. 4 won't get it, but it will beat Robertson. So it's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice, because that 4 beats the base running rating of Robinson, which is a 2. All right, so Alou is at the runner at first with 1 down for Dave Cash. Holtzman, 5-6, that's an automatic out. Let's see what the out is. It's a 1, ground ball to second, could be a double play. He's a 3. Pivot is a 0 at short, so it remains a 3. 1-3 for a double play. And he can't get it. This is actually runner advance. So it will be a, where'd that out go? I think it went to short. I'm trying to remember. Doesn't really matter. 2 down, and Alou does take second base. So there's 2 down now for Clemente. 6-4, blank against a right-hander. Clemente, 2-1. He's going to single pass second, and that should score the run. Alou runs at a 4. Alou runs at a 4. And on an S4 to score from second, you merely need a 2, so he will score automatically. And the Pirates are finally on the board. RBI single by Clemente cuts the lead to 8-1. So at least they got that 0 off the board, if nothing else. Here's Pagan, 2-6 ballpark card going to Forbes Field. 4-6 is a fly to left, and the inning is over. Pirates do get on the board. And now we go to the top of the 6th. Dow Canton back out. We'll be facing Oliver, Holtzman, and Kessinger here in the top of the 6th. Dow Canton has only faced 3 batters. He can face 7. 3-1 range play. Go to Oliver. 4-5. That's a ground ball to short. The range of Patek is only a 2. Has to be a 1 or a 2 to get to this. And it is. Patek does make the play this time. 1 down for Ken Holtzman. 5-4. That's a strikeout chance, and he got him. 2 down. That brings up Kessinger. 1-4. That's a range play on Kessinger's card. 2-1. Ground ball to second. We got a range play for Cash. He's a 5. Anything other than a 6, and he'll make the play. And he does. So Cash makes the play. Inning's over. Score still remains 8-1. That'll do it for Dow Canton. His day is done. Coming up for the Pirates, it'll be Sanguillen, a pinch hitter for Dow Canton, and then Johnny Jeter to face Holtzman. So let's see who's on the bench that they want to use. They have Jose Martinez, a right-hander, so they will bring in Jose Martinez. Sanguillen and then Martinez. Here in the 6th. Sanguillen, the first batter. 4-4, that is a strikeout chance. 19's too much. He gets to swing. Another 4-4. It's a star 1, ground ball to second. 1 down, and that's going to send us to the pinch hitter. I'm sorry. Yeah, the pinch hitter. I had him in the wrong order. Should be Martinez, not Jeter. Jeter's on deck. Martinez is actually the pinch hitter, a 268 hitter. 1-4, strikeout chance, and he's gone. Anybody would have struck out there, though, because that was a 1, so it didn't matter who the pinch hitter was. They were going down. 2 down for Johnny Jeter. 1-6. He's a right-hander, so that's a blank. Jeter 3-4. Single, 2-out single. He is 2 for 2 with a walk. So Jeter, replacing Stargell, has reached base every time. Here's Patek. 6-1, range play at Forbes Field. 2-3, that's a fly to right. The range of the right fielder, Al Spangler, is a 3. And he gets to it. So Al Spangler makes the catch to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Pirates. We go to the 7th. It's still 8-1 Cubs, and we need a new pitcher for the Pirates. It'll be Popovich, Hall, and Smith. So the Pirates will go to a lefty. And they're going to go to Lou Marone. Lou Marone is on, a left-hander. Good thing they have September call-ups they can turn to, because they may be going through a lot of pitchers to get through this game. Top of the 7th, here's Popovich. He'll turn around and bat right-handed. 5-1, strikeout plus. He got him. 1 down. Didn't matter which way he was batting, righty or lefty. He was going to be gone. Here's Jimmy Hall. 4-1, that's a possible error. 3-6, star 5. That's a fly to right. Clemente's error rating is a 4. That's a 5, so Clemente does make the catch. Out number 2 for Willie Smith, and he's a double away from the cycle, and this is probably going to be his last at bat, unless the Cubs can score some runs and keep it going. Most likely this will be his last at bat. And he needs a double. 1-5. Possible error on a throw. 5-5. He's going to pop the short, so no throw there. He may have one more at bat coming, possibly, but the Cubs are going to have to help him out and get him that 5th at bat by scoring some runs. We shall see how that works out. Holtzman can face 29 batters. Right now he's faced 26. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be his last inning. Here's Bob Robertson. 2-4, and that's a possible error on a throw. 4-1, it's a single to left. There is no throw to worry about. It's a straight up single. Robertson 2 for 2 since coming into the game. Here's Alou. 2-4, another possible error on a throw. Alou 5-1, flies to left, so no error there. 1 down for Dave Cash. 4-5, that is a strikeout chance. He's not tired. 12 is going to be too much. So Cash gets the swing. 6-2, he's going to single to right field. But everything's station to station, so Robertson will stop at second. Will not even attempt to go to third because of that playing station to station, down 8-1. Here's Clemente now. He is now tired because he has faced 29 batters. This is batter number 30. So bullpen activity may be getting close for the Cubs. Ted Abernathy is loosening in the bullpen. So he may be coming on shortly, but right now Holtzman will face Clemente. 6-3, and that's a blank against a right-hander. We'll go to Clemente. 1-5, he's going to ground to short. Could be a double play. He's a 2. Everything else, pivot and everything is a 0. So it's a 1-2 for a double play. 6 runners are going to advance. So the grounder to short for out number 2. Cash will go to second base. And Robertson will go to third. Runners at second and third with 2 down for Jose Pagan. 4-1, strikeout chance, 15's too much. Pagan, 4-1, lines it to short, and the inning is over, and that's going to do it for Holtzman. He will go 7 solid, giving up only 1 run. So it's 8-1 as we go to the 8th. Lou Marone back out for the Pirates. It'll be Spangler, Gamble, and Rudolph coming up for the Cubbies. Maroon, 2-6, range play. We're going to Spangler's card. 4-2, that's a single to center field. The center fielder range, Alou, is a 2. Needs a 1 or a 2 to stop this hit. And he does, so how about that? Alou tracks it down, takes the hit away. Here's Oscar Gamble. 2-5 against the lefty, that's a blank. 2-2, fly to center, 2 down. Now that is batter number 5, so now Marone is tired as he faces Rudolph. 4-1, possible error. 5-3, question mark 8, 1 to an 11 is a hit, that's an 18. So there is no hit, that's a fly to center, so it turns to an F8 error play. F8 error play for Alou, who's a 7. And that's an 11, so he will make the play. Alou hauls in all 3 of those. So it doesn't look like Willie Smith will get another chance unless the Cubs really score some runs in the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 8th, it's still 8-1, and we get a new pitcher for the Cubbies. And we'll see who that's going to be. Oh, it's going to be Abernathy. And I think there's going to be a double switch on top of it. So let's see who they might want to switch out. The last out was made by Rudolph, but they also have Gamble. They have Willie Smith. Jimmy Hall could be switched. How do they want to play this? Let's see. Who do you want to take out is the question. Well, last out was Rudolph, but do you really want to bring in the other catcher, Randy Hundley? Trying to give him a day off, I guess, to be realistic. And I don't think they have any other catchers on the roster. They do have Bill Heath. I don't even know if he was on the roster, though. He only had 32 at-bats. You know what? We're going to take out Oscar Gamble. And that's going to send out, let's see here. We're going to have Jimmy Qualls. Jimmy Qualls will be the new center fielder. And Jimmy Qualls will bat 9th. Jim Qualls. And he is in center field, where he is a 3, 0, and a +1. And Ted Abernathy, the new pitcher, will bat in the 6th position formerly held by Oscar Gamble. All right. So bottom of the 8th we go. Ted Abernathy is your new pitcher. Marone is done. And Qualls will bat in the 9th position, which comes up 2nd in the 9th inning. All right, Manny Sanguillen, followed by a pinch hitter for the pitcher Marone. And with a right-hander up there, let's see, they're going to go to Richie Hebner to pinch hit. So Sanguillen followed by Hebner and then Jeter. Hebner will pinch hit. So Hebner gets the pinch hitting call. But first it's Sanguillen. Abernathy 3-4. And that's a blank, so we go to Sanguillen. 4-1, question mark 9 against a right-hander, 1-18. That's a 3. It's a double for Manny Sanguillen. Leads off with a double. And that'll bring up the pinch hitter, Richie Hebner, a 301 hitter. Abernathy 4-4. Ballpark, we're going to Forbes Field. That's a leaner, so we'll re-roll that. That red die was catacorner. 3-2 is a fly to center. And I don't think it was not a range play, so it's simply just a fly to center. 1 down for Johnny Jeter. Abernathy, 2-2 is a walk plus, and so Jeter gets on base again. He's reached base all 4 times. That'll bring up Patek. And I think they're going to pinch hit for Patek because he has not done much with the bat in this game. Gene Alley will be the new shortstop coming in, but we need a pinch hitter first. And the pinch hitter is going to be Wilbur Stargell. They'll go ahead and let Stargell hit. So So Stargell will hit for Patek. But then we're going to have Gene Alley take over as the shortstop. And he is a 3, 16, and a 0. So Stargell pinch hits. And then Gene Alley will take over. But Stargell runners at first and second with 1 out. Abernathy, 6-1, strikeout chance, 13, got him. Got the plus sign over there, so he's gone. Stargell fails in the pinch, 2 down for Bob Robertson. He's 2 for 2 since he came in the game. 5-1 is a walk chance. He will draw a walk and he reaches base all 3 times, and it does load the bases. So all of a sudden, bases are loaded now, and now Abernathy, even though he had a double switch, he may not be able to last the whole game. He can face 7 batters. He's already faced 5. This will be batter number 6. It's Matty Alou with the bases loaded and 2 down, and he is a 331 hitter. 2-3, and that is a range play. They are at normal depth because there are 2 outs, but anything can happen on a range play. 3-1, ground ball to third. The range of Popovich is a 3. If he doesn't get to this, it could be a 2-run single. And he does not. Will it be a double or a single? It's a single. But is it a single? It's an S5 is what it turns out to be. It's an S5. And let's see here. Actually, no, it turns into an S7 because it gets past the third baseman. So that turns into an S7 when you get it into the field range play. So that's going to turn into a S7. So to get from second to home, you add 1, but they're playing station to station, so it's only 1 base. So it really doesn't matter because they're doing the station to station thing. So everybody just moves up a base is all that happens. That's predetermined so that nobody gets thrown out unnecessarily. Here's Dave Cash, and this is batter number 7 for Abernathy. So this is going to be his last batter. If he can't get Abernathy, they will not let him face Clemente. So 2 down, bases loaded. Now 8-2. 2-5 is a double question mark, 1-4 against a righty. That's a 15, so that fails. Cash gets to swing. 3-1, he grounds to third to end the inning. So that's going to be it for Abernathy. Pirates do get a run to cut the lead to 8-2, but that doesn't really help them a whole lot. And now we need a new pitcher for the Pirates in the 9th. And let's see who's coming up. We got Oliver, Qualls, and Kessinger. So it may or may not matter who's in there. Let's see. They will go to Hartenstein, Chuck Hartenstein, to pitch the 9th. Hartenstein to pitch the 9th. And he'll be facing Nate Oliver. 6-5, and that's a straight up home run chance. He's a 9, that's a 4, it's gone. Nate Oliver homers. So how about that? Hartenstein comes in, the first batter he faces, it's a home run on that 6-5 result. Over here's a 9, that's a 4, it's gone. Oliver had 1 home run and 45 at bats, and there it is right there. So he hits the home run, increases the lead to 9-2, brings up Qualls. 5-1 is a walk chance. Oh, and I picked that up. Let me know. I messed that roll up. Let me do it all over again. I picked it up. It might have been a 3. I don't remember off the top of my head. If it was, he's only a 2, so that's fail. So we're going to Qualls card. 5-6 pops it up to second. When a game gets like this, that can happen to you. Here's Kessinger. 4-1, possible error on a throw. 4-6, single. No throw needed. Popovich the batter. 1-2, walk plus, so he will draw the base on balls. And they are going to, unless Jimmy Hall hits into a double play, Willie Smith will get that chance for that cycle. Here's Jimmy Hall. He's got to avoid a double play. 2-4, that's a range play at the ballpark. 4-6, that's a fly to left. Checking the range of the left fielder. That is Jeter, he's a 3. He gets to it. It's a fly out to left field for out number 2. And now Willie Smith, the batter, he's got a chance to get a double. There are a couple of chances for a double on his card. A 1-3 and a 2-3 are doubles. And then also, if you get the question mark here at 6-3, you got a chance there at a double. So there's 3 chances for a double for Willie Smith. He's got 3 chances to get a double. And that's what he's looking for to complete the cycle. Never had one before. Probably won't get it this time, but it's always nice to try. Here's Hartenstein. 2-1 strikeout chance, 12. Got him. So that's going to do it for Willie Smith. He's not going to get that cycle. He's a double short. And usually I'm a triple short, but this time it's a double short. And it just did not pay off. So that's going to take us. I'm sorry, I put a 0 there, and that was a 1 because they had a home run. It's a mistake. The home run by Nate Oliver makes it a 9-2 game, and we'll get a new pitcher for the Cubs because Abernathy wore out his welcome in the previous inning. So they will turn to, let's see who they might want to go to here. They're going to go to Hank Aguirre out of the bullpen. And he'll be facing Clemente. Got to write in Abernathy. And then Aguirre. He'll be facing Clemente, Pagan, and Sanguillen. And if anybody reaches a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Hartenstein. Aguirre, 5-1. Ballpark card going to Forbes Field for Clemente. 1-4. That's a question mark 9. That's a 20, though, so that's going to be a fly out to right field. 1 down. Here's Pagan. 1-1. Question mark. Double question mark, I should say. 1-3 is a single. That's a 7, so it fails. Pagan, 4-5. Ground ball to second. 2 up and 2 down for Manny Sanguillen. 5-3 is a potential walk. That's an 8 too high, so Sanguillen swings. 1-1. Question mark 8 against the lefty. Goes up to a 5, but that's a 9. Against the righty, he would have doubled. But against the lefty, it's an out. And that turns into a fly to right to end the inning and the ball game. So a laugher, it doesn't happen that often in the 69 replay. Usually they're nip and tuck close games, but this one's a laugher. And if you'd asked me before the game started which way the laugher was going to go, I would have said the Pirates were going to blow the Cubs out. But that's why you play the game. And guys like Willie Smith come through big time, and also good games from Popovich and Jimmy Hall. So some of those substitutes came in and filled in admirably for the starters, and they were able to put this game away early, and Ken Holtzman made it stand up. So Cubs win it 9-2. I'm sorry, 9-2 the final for the Cubs. And now we'll go to the ticker, and that's not good news for the Mets to have the Cubs win like that, because now the pressure's really on. The Mets, pretty much a must-win situation. And if you missed the last game, I'm no longer using the fat cards. I'm using the dice to check for wins and losses. I'm not writing the score. I'm just putting a check mark by who won. In the game I'm playing, I will write the score. So 9-2, Cubbies win. Cubbies are now 95-64, 2.5 games ahead of the Mets, pending what the Mets do against the Phillies here in the ticker. So the Mets need a 2-8 to get the victory over the Phillies. And they get it 8 barely. So the Mets win, hold serve, and now both teams get an extra win. 95 for the Cubbies and 93 for the Mets. A bit messy here. So now they're down to 3 games left. Keeping in mind the final 2 games they play against each other, but the Mets can't afford to lose. They have to win. If they beat the Phillies, then they're guaranteed to have a shot at the playoffs. If they lose to the Phillies and the Cubs beat the Pirates in the next game, then they'll be 3 games back with 2 games left, and these 2 games will be irrelevant. So they have to win to, even if the Cubs win. If they win, then that assures them of being only 2 games back and give the chance to control their own destiny, so to speak. All right, now Cincinnati and Houston. Cincinnati's 2.5 games back. They can certainly They need to keep winning to keep pace with the Dodgers and the Giants. Houston, a 2 through 6 or an 11 to beat the Reds. That's a 4, so they beat the Reds. How about that? The Reds lose. So the Reds go to 87 and 72, where they are now 3 games back, depending on what happens with the Giants and the Dodgers coming up. And they only have 3 games left, so they are running out of time. In fact, if the Giants win, the Reds will be mathematically eliminated, and I will take them off of the board here. Giants, 4 through 7 or a 12 to beat the Dodgers. If they don't get this, then the Dodgers and the Giants will be tied with 4 games left. 4 through 7 or a 12, and the Giants win. That's a 4. Giants win. Reds are eliminated because the Reds are now 3.5 back, and they've only got 3 games left. And even if they won those 3 games, it'd be 90. Well, let me rephrase that. Let me see here. Let me double check it. Giants are now 90 and 68. Reds are 3.5 back. They may not be mathematically eliminated yet. Let's see. They're 3.5 back. Dodgers are now 2 games back because they just took their 70th loss. And there are 4 games left for these 2 teams, where the Reds have 3 games left. Okay, so that's where we stand now. Giants 90 and 68. Dodgers 88 and 70. That's 2 games back with 4 games to play. And the Reds are 3.5 games back. They have 3 games to play. The Giants have 4. However, if the Giants lose all 4 of their games and the Reds win all 3 of their games, then they would be in a virtual tie at 90 and 72, depending on what the Dodgers do as well against Houston and some other teams. So they're still mathematically in it, but their magic number to be eliminated is 1. If they either lose a game or the Giants win a game, it's all over for the Reds. They're out of there, and we can just worry about these 2 teams right here. So the Giants beat the Dodgers, increased their lead back to 2 games with 4 games left, and the next game on the schedule is the Giants and the Dodgers, Marshall and Singer. And if the Giants win that game, it's pretty much Katie bar the door the rest of the way. Dodgers have to have that game to win to have any chance at all. And we'll also keep an eye on the ticker on the 28th for the Mets and the Cubs. There's no game on the 29th. The only 2 games played on the 29th were both American League games, so no National League teams played on the 29th. That's why there's a skip there. There's no games to be played. So that's where we stand. 3 games left for the Mets and Cubs, 4 games left for the Dodgers and the Giants, with 3 games left for the Reds. And it's pretty much that San Fran can they can pretty much put it on ice with a victory over the Dodgers. If the Giants win over the Dodgers, they'll be up 3 games with 3 games left to play, so they're guaranteed at least a tie. And that's if they lose, but then they get to play San Diego in the ticker toward the end of the season. So you got to figure they're going to at least win one of those San Diego games. So Dodgers in a virtual must-win. And it's not looking good for the Reds because you got to figure the Giants are going to beat San Diego at least one of these games. Even if Cincinnati wins out, the likelihood of them coming back is not much. So after this next game, you're most likely going to see Cincinnati go away, and it'll just be the 2 teams up top here and the 2 teams up top here. So next game on the schedule, San Fran and LA. And assuming LA wins that game, then we'll do the Houston-LA game here. If San Fran wins the game and puts the division away, then the September 30th game will be substituted and we'll be playing, well, let's see, there's no NL East game on the 30th. It's only NL West games. So I'll have to pick a game. It's either going to be Houston, LA, San Diego, San Fran, or Cincinnati, Atlanta. Those are the only 3 games in the West. There may be some other Eastern teams playing, but they aren't the teams in contention. So it's all going to be based on what they do here. But on the 30th, I may be stuck. I might just show Houston because I haven't shown them in a while, even though I'm showing LA again, which seems to be a theme here. But we could show, just to see how it's going to work out. It's all dictated by the wins and losses and the scenarios that are coming up. I know for a fact, as long as the Mets don't fall 3 games back, the last 2 games of the season are definitely these 2 games right here, because there's only 1 game until we get to this 2-game series, and as long as the Mets are within 2 games, then they're viable here. Now, if they get eliminated and there's no October 2nd game to worry about, then I may come down here and play either Houston, LA, or San Diego, San Francisco, or Cincinnati, Atlanta, or whatever. It just depends on how it works out. Like I said, it's all dictated by the standings and playing the game that makes the most sense. So that's going to do it from here. Unfortunately, not a close game. Usually these games are. This will definitely not be premiere worthy. This will just be an upload because of the nature of how bad the game was. So can't always have close games, but you know, you're going to get games like this. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.